Every morning, millions of people face the same friction, forcing down food when they aren't actually hungry because of a perceived health rule, or skipping it and carrying a low-level sense of guilt for the rest of the day. That guilt stems from a single sentence: breakfast is the most important meal of the day. But this isn't a medical principle. It's a slogan created by 1900s advertising executives. American cereal companies, specifically Kellogg's, spent decades funding studies that supported morning eating to move inventory. The rule was born from marketing, not a scientific consensus on human longevity. Contrast this with historical traditions like the Indian yogic principle. Eat once, you are a seeker. Eat twice, you are a consumer. Eat 3 times, you are ill. In many cultures, restraint at mealtimes was considered a primary health habit. Whether you eat or skip breakfast should depend on an objective evaluation of your individual metabolic biology, not a century-old commercial campaign. Modern research into intermittent fasting focuses on hormone regulation rather than simple calorie counting. The goal is to manage how and when your body produces insulin and cortisol. The trade-off is significant. Skipping breakfast can offer high returns in focus and fat burning for healthy adults, but it poses immediate risks for those with compromised metabolisms. Blanket dietary prescriptions often fail because they ignore your unique metabolic baseline. What works as a biohack for one person can be a medical error for another. Adopting a fasting protocol without first knowing your baseline limit, skipping breakfast without understanding your specific health profile is simply guessing. This approach transforms a biological tool into a health risk. Look at the first 90 minutes of waking without food. Insulin remains flat, while cortisol begins its steep morning climb. Keeping insulin low forces the body to switch fuel sources. Instead of relying on incoming glucose, you utilize stored energy. Cortisol acts as your built-in energy mobilizer in these 90 minutes. Waiting to eat allows this peak to work before overriding it. Eating a carbohydrate-heavy breakfast immediately causes an unnatural insulin spike, which blunts energy mobilization and causes a steep crash. Fasting also activates the migrating motor complex, the gut's internal cleaning mechanism. This sweeping motion only occurs when the stomach is empty, which is why many people experience reduced bloating when they extend the overnight fast. While you may feel morning hunger initially, the hormone ghrelin is highly adaptive. If you consistently delay your first meal, the sensation of morning hunger usually disappears within a week. By navigating that temporary hunger, a healthy body leverages its natural hormonal peaks to improve focus, digestion, and energy efficiency. However, these biological benefits require a level of metabolic stability that not everyone currently possesses. This optimizer profile can safely skip breakfast if you are metabolically healthy, have stable morning energy, and want to improve focus. In contrast, those with diabetes, pregnant women, and anyone under 18 should strictly avoid skipping breakfast. If you are on insulin or sulfonylurea medications, your body needs exogenous morning fuel. Skipping a meal could cause a dangerous drop in blood sugar. Growing bodies and those who are pregnant or breastfeeding also require constant metabolic fueling and cannot safely restrict their eating windows to an 8-hour block. If you experience morning shakiness or dizziness, do not attempt to push through. This is a sign of metabolic distress, not a hurdle you should try to biohack your way past. If you are unsure of your status, get a fasting blood glucose and HbA1c test done. This establishes your true baseline. Ultimately, your medical profile dictates your routine. A morning fast is an optimization tool only if your baseline can support it. For the optimizer cohort, we follow the 16-8 protocol. You consolidate your eating into an 8-hour window, typically between noon and 8 p.m. Morning warm water, black coffee, or tea activates digestion and focus without an insulin spike. At 12 p.m., break the fast with a full meal. This plate must be high in protein, fiber, and complex carbohydrates to stabilize energy. Breaking a 16-hour fast with a light snack is a mistake. It triggers an immediate glucose crash and creates intense afternoon cravings. Skipping breakfast successfully requires discipline to meet your nutritional needs within that specific 8-hour window. If you fall into the compromised cohort, we branch to the right for the 12-12 protocol. You maintain a 12-hour overnight fast and eat a mandatory morning meal at 8 a.m. This breakfast must prioritize protein and fats first. Choose options like eggs with vegetables or rolled oats with almond butter. Eliminate packaged cereal, toast with jam, and fruit juice. These create an energy crash within 90 minutes, defeating the medical purpose of eating early. Choosing to eat breakfast means committing to actual meal prep. Relying on convenience foods in the morning will not provide the metabolic stability you need. Regardless of which protocol you follow, one universal rule of human metabolism applies to everyone. Stop eating at least 2 to 3 hours before you go to sleep. Closing your eating window early is the most effective way to improve overnight digestion and next-day blood sugar stability. True health is not about blindly following cultural norms or extreme trends. It is about aligning your daily schedule with your body's actual biological machinery.